Well, hello, model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Ralph, and here I'm working on my '64 Chevelle SS convertible conversion here. And my last video that you've seen me cutting the roof off and getting started on this and getting kind of crazy. This is a continuation of that. However, for you guys, that was a few days ago as far as when I released that video versus this one. But this is really that night, the same night that I'm doing that video. So basically, after filming that video and doing all of that, I've been working on and off throughout the day. So it's just kind of been a weird day for me. Basically, it's a school night. My son ended up not feeling well, and their nurse's office called, and I picked them up, and I was home early. So because we were home early and it was the middle of the day, I had some time to come out here in the backyard and work on that video and work on the car and everything, not knowing how much more time I'm going to have today. So after filming that video, um, just kind of kept at it, kept messing with it. So had a couple of times here and there, made dinner, did some of that other stuff, chores. My boy's asleep now. It's now literally 10 o'clock at night, but it's Arizona and it's a nice 75, 80 degrees out in my backyard right now. Because it is Arizona and it's 95 was the high today. So still a little warm for us. The rest of you guys dealing with weather and cold, I feel bad for you and I'm kind of envious. I'd like a little bit of rain or something, but this is Arizona. But anyways, you guys, here's where I'm at right now. With my Hobby Nuts sponsored car here, I did do more sanding here, flattened that out much better, smoothed it all out, cleaned it all up, shaved this a lot better, thinned it out a little bit more, curved it up, and then those pegs did stay. So you can see the two pegs, and I shaved the glass quite a bit. It did come out a little bit more, but I shaved the glass to match the contour there. But the pens are there, and it fits beautifully. So pretty excited about that. But I also pulled out, this is the AMT 64 Oldsmobile, the F85. So I decided I would pull this out and just use this as reference to look at it, because this was the one that if the GTO broke, I would do this. But the GTO, it thinned out really nice as well. I really love the contours. Cleaned it all up. This is ready for primer and some body work, and smoothed all of this out. And then this boot, move the interior back just a little bit, fits beautifully, but I may have to fill a little bit of a gap right here. It really depends on exactly where this interior fits, but I won't really know that till I mock in the glass, the vacuum formed glass, and put the dash in there. But this one, it's just probably going to go back into my box and wait till I'm ready to build that one. Many projects. But this thing's just looking awesome. I was just kind of mocking up the interior. But when it comes to the tub, this is the part that been kind of off and on all day, starting a little here, a little there. So I ground some little notches in here so that this boot cleared it and it just fit in there. So really like the way that came out, and it gives me the boot now sits flat because of it. It's not trying to go over that, and now it told me where to start whittling away. So when it came to the sides, I decided to cut that whole piece apart and just make these. Well, after all day of whittling and whittling and whittling, literally down to almost nothing. Sorry, the lighting out here is kind of goofy. Trying some microphones out, so if these microphones sound kind of weird, just trying different things out. So, and then this up here is my Ben Q light that sponsored a video a long time ago, actually, but I do use this light quite a bit. It comes out here into the backyard with me, and then sometimes on my hobby desk too, but it's become more of a backyard light now, especially wonderful evenings like this. So there's kind of a look on how it goes. It'll get glued in, then I can kind of fill in the gap as I keep shifting and moving and clearancing it. So, but that's how the dog legs are coming out. And when I put the boot on there, where did the boot go now? Here it is. So now I got pretty much where it needs to go, and I'll glue that in place. But let's show you just some of the mock-ups now that I got the windshield popped in there. The only thing I got to do is sun visors. But I got a plan for that. So here's this. I've been putting the dash in just to see exactly where it goes. Get that in place. All right, there we go. You build this 100 times. Okay, so we got all of that in there. Get the tub forward. So then the boot covers all of that. So looking really, really good. And then these, I'll get these glued in place. Get the interior up where they need to be. So this boot sits on it, gets it in the thing. And then I'll get that glued in place and then the gap filled in just a little bit. But looking really good. Now do one side, do the other side. Most of my time was spent whittling one side. Once I had gotten that complete, then I whittled the other side. And I can use it as a pattern because I knew how much to really hack off for the most part and get it in there. So it's keeping most of the door panel, but I'll be filling in some of that, and it'll hide the rest of it. I'll put the buckets in here just to see what they're going to look like. I trimmed that windshield. So sun visors are left, console. At this point, it's now time for body work, priming, painting, and start to assemble the model after all of these mock-ups and everything. So be quite a bit of painting coming along here, but lots of fun here. So anyway, that's how this is going, and super excited about it. You know, got another convertible to add to the pile, but just a little bit of body work to do on the interior, a little bit on the body. Most of it came out really, really nice. Pretty excited about all of that. And when I get some putty out, I've got a couple of little pinholes right here, if you can see them. They're bubbles, so they're not completely formed there. But such as resin, I'll fill those in. But try not to get too, excited about this one and get this one built, even though I've got all the parts for it, or at least I think it. Ooh, excuse me. At least I think I do. And then this one, just had it out basically just to see how this one fits and everything. But this boot is much narrower between the two. You see how much size difference there is. So that's why I didn't use that one. The GTO one from the 65 GTO fit these two cars much better. But this one, the body really narrows and tapers. So you see how much, it's not much wider, but it's wider. It's kind of funny how it looks. Yeah. But yeah, when you try and put it on this car, it still needs to come a little together. But it gives you plenty of gap around it. But this one just seems to, well, of course it fits better. That's the one I designed it to fit. But it gets a little close to that trunk lid. But when this goes forward a little bit, it gives me a little bit more room with the lines. So there's that. So I'm going to continue on with this, and but with all the stopping and starting and everything I've done, so I apologize for all of the not being able to film all of that, because that would have been a whole bunch of little stop and start videos. Because this literally, the first half hour was probably the easiest. The last 4 or 5 hours, it's been kind of, start, stop, grind, start, stop, fit, grind, start, stop, fit, grind. And then looking at reference material and getting this kit out too. So lots of fun here, and time to start really, getting the rest of it done. But I want to thank you guys for, tuning in and subscribing, and Hobby Nut Models for sponsoring this video, and providing 2 kits for it, and all your guys' comments and support, and you're helping any of the suggestions there and some of the things I might have missed or anything. So, you guys, thank you for all of that. And you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next time.